was happening for most of the first half. You just seemed to turn it on in the second.
Yeah, we felt we'd put ourselves in a good position at half-time. We played well in the second half of the first half. But like I said, look, you have to give a lot of credit to Dublin. We had them rattled at half-time, but as they've done a lot of times in the past, a lot of different teams are very good at using half-time to right the ship. And, you know, they just managed to pull away there at the end with 2 points in injury time. And unfortunately, we couldn't get a score going the other way.
Because you had overcome your major problem in the first half, which appeared to be those kickouts.
Yeah, something that we've worked hard on. It wasn't. I think again, you have to give a lot of credit to Dublin. They're so strong in the middle of the field. They contested very well. They won breaking ball, but again, we were able to use half time to tidy that up. But you know, look, it was a great battle, and a great team came out on top.
I saw you getting irate at the referee. I suppose that always happens in close games in that second half. Do you think there were some difficult decisions against Kerry?
Look, I'm not going to. I think you have to give credit to Dublin now. I'll bite my lip on that one, but other people can be looking at it and seeing what they think.
Well, look at Kerry then towards the end. Did you think that you had it there and you had opportunities to perhaps be the ones to get the winning scores?
Yeah, we did. We had chances and we didn't convert them. And in fairness to Dublin, especially when they're playing into the hill, they're lethal and they take most of their chances. Whereas in the second half, we didn't score enough. We were 4 points up. We lost by 2. So we didn't score enough in the second half, which was disappointing. But look, I'm very, very, very proud of the lads. Very proud of the group. The way that they conduct themselves, the way that they prepared, the way that they came out today and gave it everything inside in them. And look, it just wasn't enough on the day.
And if you were looking for scores, there was an awful lot of congestion there as well in that Dublin defence to try to get past.
There was, yeah, but look, I think it is hard to kind of process everything like that now. But they are an outstanding team. Any team to have gone unbeaten as long as they have are a serious outfit. And we gave them a great gut check today. They'll be well ready for an All-Ireland final in 3 weeks.
Eamon, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Well, Eamon Fitzmaurice certainly prepared his team well today. Just wasn't quite enough in the end. And I suppose, Pat, the question that will be asked during the week then, what's the future for Eamon Fitzmaurice and this current Kerry setup?
Well, I suppose when Fitzmaurice took over the team, the future was very, very bleak. And they got an All-Ireland the first year, and they won an All-Ireland in 2 years ago. So what he's done has been brilliant. He's 4 years in charge now. He took on the job for another year this year. I can't see him staying on I think the team needs rebuilding now, because I think the defeat last year was probably, outside the fact it was such a bad defeat, but so many fellas said they'd stay on for the last hurrah. And unfortunately, the history of last hurrahs in sport doesn't make pretty reading. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, Aidan and Mark and these boys, who were tremendous warriors down through the years, I think they probably stayed on. So there's a rebuilding time in Kerry. There's brilliant footballers coming through, but you don't suddenly make a new team overnight. It'll take a couple of years. It might take a year bedding in. A lot will depend on who the manager is. Maybe Jack O'Connor will be forced to
didn't need much bedding in, Pat. Your team didn't need any bedding.
I think the transition can be quicker. You saw like Mark O'Shea and Aidan O'Mahony, they were last to leave the pitch out there, and they're warriors in fairness, and there's probably 2 or 3 more to go with them. But I think looking at the quality of the minor teams over the last 3 years, 3 All-Irelands, I think this transition will happen quicker than people think. And as I said at the start of the programme, Dublin have to make hay with this team.
Minors play very grown-up football now. They're used to the strength and conditioning, and they're ready to play.
What you're taking out of this Kerry team are the leaders. And you don't replace leaders overnight. That's the big thing. But look, don't write the epitaph for Kerry football just yet.
I think we'll just hold off on that. We have a break coming up here on the programme, but to take us there, get ready to take down some details, because
questions asked by fantastic Kerry team, and I thought they answered them all.
Particularly, I would have thought towards the end of that first half, when it looked like you dominated the whole thing, to go in so far behind, it must have been quite a throw.
I wouldn't say it was a throw. We expected Kerry to get scores on the board, and maybe not in the manner of that 10-minute spell, but there was no sense of panic in that Dublin dressing room. It was very calm, very composed. We need to go back to our processes, which we did in the second half, and eke out the result. Performance-wise, a little bit dippy there, I suppose, in the first half and the second half, but gives us some takeaways for today.
Yeah, because there were periods where you went unusually long without scoring, but obviously you answered that when it really counted at the end.
Yeah, like we're playing one of the best teams in the country in Kerry, so it's going to be, you're going to get those barren patches. But I thought the guys showed great composure, great control during the game. They were very present, very intentful, knew exactly what they wanted to do on the ball. And that decision making that they've demonstrated time and time again really came to the fore there, particularly in the last quarter of the game when, you know, Kerry did get a lead at 3 points again, but our boys, you know, didn't waver, didn't blink and stuck at it.
And you're talking about fixing the processes that weren't going as they should in the first half. Would you particularly be thinking about the kickouts?
Not at all. Like Kerry have done their work as they have always done. Anytime we play Kerry, it's always a big challenge. But from our part, you know, to get 12, 13 points from play was pleasing. To limit them to 5 or 6 in the second half was pleasing as well. So like it's part of the game, but it's only one small part.
And of course, you've had some epic games with Kerry. You've also had some epic recent games with Mayo as well, so that's one to really look forward to.
It is, yeah. We haven't seen them since February. They haven't been on our radar at all, and you know we need to review this game and take what we can from it. We'll have 2 weeks to prepare. They were obviously here today looking at us. They've got another 2 weeks on us, so it's going to be a big challenge for us. But you know, our boys will look it down when the time comes.
That was brilliant today. Well done, Jim.
Jim Gavin, of course, looking forward to the All-Ireland final, where everybody, Kieran Whelan, expected them to be. In actual fact, at the beginning of the year, I suppose, most people thought the Dubs were invincible this year and they just kind of strolled to the final. They are in it.
Yeah.
But